Hello everyone, as you can see I finally have Moff Gideon, and the coolest thing about this I think for me is going to be the fact that we have the Darksaber. Let's go ahead and take a look at the outside of the box. From there what we'll do is we'll go ahead and unbox the figure, go ahead and take a closer look at Moff Gideon to see what type of articulation he has, and then from there we'll go ahead and take some pictures and come back, talk about some things that we like, maybe things that we don't like, and wrap things up from there. And while I'm doing this, if you have any questions, I invite you to ask down below. If you're liking the video, give it a thumbs up. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at Moff Gideon. Obviously, Gideon is from the Mandalorian, as you can see down at the bottom here. I'm really starting to like the new boxes. I wasn't sure at first, but these Black Series boxes are actually really cool, especially with this here, the portrait, and as you guys know, as you add all of them up, they make a much larger image. And this is number 8 in the series, and we've got the portrait here as well, and on the back here it says, Imperial Moff Gideon is fiercely determined to capture a specific quarry. Clever and formidable, Gideon values power and knowledge. All right, and then continuing with the stripe, and we are back at the front. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at Moff Gideon. So what we do typically on the channel here is we'll go from the bottom. It just seems to just be easier. And take this and this. And be extra careful here with the saber. I can't wait to take a closer look at that. Let's see, and then the blaster's got an interesting look here. So we've got a little bit of plastic over the top of it. I have to come back to that. Let's go ahead and get Mr. Gideon out, or Moff Gideon, I should say. Oop. Oh, that's definitely interesting. So the cape is not attached to him right now. Interesting. Go ahead and get the knife back out. There's his cape. Didn't want to bend anything there. Put him in the back there, and I should have left the knife out. Get under there. That should have, yeah. All right. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and get the blaster out here, and then we'll get everything cleaned up, and I'll be right back. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the accessories first. We've got the blaster. Not a whole lot to say with this blaster. It looks super cheap. A little bit of molding here on the grip, but other than that, I don't know. Not really that impressive. Does kind of look like a... I don't want to say it on the channel, never mind. Anyways, so it does look like a normal gun. We'll just say that rather than a blaster, which I'm kind of surprised at. But what we've all been waiting for, dun 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 dun, we've got the saber. And yeah, so this is the first time we've seen the saber in the Black Series. I was hoping for more along the blade. I don't know if maybe I was hoping for too much. It just seems kind of cheap. They could have done so much better. The blade does come off. And you're not going to be switching this out with something else, as you can see here at the edge. And it only goes one way, obviously. But, man, I was really hoping for more. Really hoping for more. All right. Anyways, so then Moff Gideon himself. In order to get him to stand up with the cape, actually, first let's show. So the cape here has a peg, and we got the peg hole in the back. I really had to lean him pretty far forward to make him work. Probably going to need to use some museum putty or something to get him to stand up more often. Or just normally. At first, though, let's go ahead and take a closer look. I really like how they've got the gloss armor here against more of the matte cloth here, which actually isn't cloth, thank goodness. It is that rubbery material. So let's go ahead and first take a look at his articulation. We'll take a closer look as well. That's his head as far up as it goes. That's his head as far down as it goes. Not a whole lot of movement. He's not really going to give you much head tilt either, which is one of the things I almost always look for. The pads on the armor are soft, so you're going to want to be careful with those. Wow. So arms are going to be sort of limited. So just be careful. Looks like maybe that would be a problem there with that upper arm there. Elbow though, I'm sorry, at the the shoulder there, we do get the 360, not on the left right, however. That seems really loose there. Elbow movement, pretty good. Wrist, full 360 obviously, and we've got a left right there. Elbow on this one, however, looks much better. I don't know why it's much better, but it is. And this one has the up-down joint. Not a whole lot of up-down movement, however. Torso, this is where he excels. Got lots of movement at the torso. Awesome. We do have the holster, which is attached to the, I'm not going to call it skirt, but it's kind of a skirt. Splits, he's got the splits. Yeah. The upper thigh, we've got the twist. The knee is the newer knee. It's a single knee joint, unfortunately. I don't know how I feel about that knee joint yet. All the way up and all the way down. So, as far as the looks on him, though, I think they did a really good job. The face is better than I was expecting. I think the hair matches him really well. Focus. And then, like I said before, as far as the cape is concerned, it just fits right in that hole, peg hole there, and he's able to stand up. Like I said, gotta kind of lean him forward a little bit. Focus, thank you. So probably gonna be using some museum putty with that, and then obviously holster. Let's see. Actually, the holster looks pretty good, actually. All right. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take some pictures. Focus. And we'll see what he looks like. I'm really disappointed so far in the saber. But anyways, we'll take some pictures and I'll be right back. Anyway, all the way through this, if you have any questions, make sure to ask down below. So I think that was a really good look at the figure. I was able to definitely get a better feel for him and see the things that I like and what I don't like about him. First, the biggest thing that I don't like about him is probably going to be his head. I really like to be able to do a head tilt, especially with these figures that do not have a mask. Things that I do like, I think that cape, the way that they did that, I didn't think I was going to like it, but I really do. So good job, Hasbro. Other things, the downside with the cape, I was having some problems getting it to stand up, but as you can see, I didn't have to use any museum putty, which I was very surprised about. Basically, just do that step forward and he's going to pose just fine. I think the blaster is actually a really nice touch. I think it looks really good on him. So yeah. The saber though, man, that is probably the biggest negative so far. I think I was just hoping for more, it being the first one in the Black series, but I don't know. It's our first one. We'll see what happens. Maybe we'll get another one. Hopefully we will, especially with the next season, coming out in a year. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be so long. All right, anyways, okay, so if you have any questions, make sure to ask down below. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. And from there, if you don't already subscribe to the channel, I invite you to subscribe. We do a lot of things on the channel that are Black Series related, Star Wars related, obviously, but we do other things as well, things that a professional geek might find interesting or helpful, as one of our more recent videos were, or will be. I'm not sure if it's been up yet. Anyways, but you'll know what I mean if you look around the channel. Yeah, so if you don't subscribe, I invite you to subscribe now. Like I said, we do lots of things that I think are interesting as a professional geek, and hopefully you will as well. And with that, have a great day.